Hi guys, this is Imran. In this video I will show how to do inheritance in Java. So first I will create one project to create some classes. Project 2. I clicked on finish button. So now I have a project called project 2. So inside of the source I will create the main class. So I right click on it and say class main. I click on here so that it will create the main method for me. The Eclipse will create the main method for me. So I click on finish. So now I can see Eclipse has created this main method for me inside the class, main class. So the class starts from line 2 and ends on line 9. Inside of this class there is one method, the main method. Now I will create another class. So I right click on default package, I click on class, I will give a name animal, I will click on finish. So I have created another class called animal. So there are total two classes, main class and animal class. Inside the animal class right now it is empty. This animal class is empty. So I will give two properties. I will say int variable. So I have declared one variable called animal underscore variable. So this is a property of animal class. So I will create another property of this class. So I have created one method. This is one method. The name of the method is animal underscore method. So I will write one print statement. This method is written inside animal class. So this is a print statement. This when this method will be executed, this line will be executed, and it says this method is written inside of animal class. So this is the animal class. Animal class starts on line number 2, ends on line number 10. Inside of this class there are two properties. One is animal underscore variable. This is a variable property, and this is another, this is a method property. So animal class has two properties. One is animal underscore variable, other one is animal underscore method. So these two properties belongs to animal class. This class owns these two properties. Now if I will create one object. This is the main method. So object must be created inside of the main method. So I will create one main method using animal class. So there are total two classes, main class and animal class. Inside the main class there is a main method. Inside the main method I will create an object. So I have created one object. As we memorize that if we want to create an object using a class, for in this scenario using the animal class, I want to create an object. So I will give the class name, then I will give a variable. I will use this equal sign and the new keyword, and I will give the constructor or the class name, default constructor or the class name. So this is how we create object. So I have created one object, and the object name is obj. If I write now obj dot, I can see these two properties of animal class is available for this object. For this particular object, these two properties available, animal underscore variable and animal underscore method. These two properties belongs from animal class. Belongs from animal class. These two properties, this one and this one, belongs to animal class. Animal class own these two properties. Animal class has these two properties. So when I created one object using animal class, I can see those two classes available for this object. So I use this method, hit enter from the keyboard, I run it, and I can see in the console this method is written inside animal class. So this method, when this method gets executed, this line gets executed, and from this one, from this method. Now I will create another. Still I haven't said anything about inheritance. This is plain object creation. I have one main method, I have one class, I have this class has couple of properties, and I have created one object. And once I put the dot, I was able to see that those two objects, two properties are available for this object. Now I will create another class. I will say bird and say finish. Now this is another class that I have created. Name is bird, and right now it is empty, nothing is there. So I will give two properties to this class. So I have declared one variable. So this is a property of this class. I am writing one method inside of this class. So I have created one class. The name of the class, actually I have, this is the class, the bird class. Bird class starts on line number 2, ends on line number 10. It has two properties, one on line number 4, that is a variable, and other one from line number 5 to 7, that is a method. So this bird class has two properties. One is a variable, name this, and one is a method, name this. So right now bird has two properties, animal also has two properties. Now if I create object I delete this, and I will create an object using bird class. So I will say bird, and I will also say bird here. So I have created one object using the class bird, and bird has two properties, bird underscore variable and bird underscore method. Now if I write here obj dot, I can see these two properties from bird class is available for this object. For this object, these two properties available. Do we see anything that called animal underscore variable or animal underscore method? Do we see? We can see two. This one starts with bird underscore variable, this one starts with bird, but is there anything that called animal? No, right? I don't see. If I go to animal, there are three classes: main class, animal class, and bird class. I have created object using bird class, and once I put dot after the object name, I can see those two variables that belongs to birds are available here, bird, and these are by default came. And if I go to animals class, I can see this is the animal class, right? This is the animal class. Inside of the animal class there are two properties, one variable and one method. In order to see those two properties under birds, birds has to extend those properties from animals. So we have to write extends, extends animal. So right now bird, since I wrote this line, these two extends animal, right now the bird class, this will have his own two properties as well as animals these two properties. So bird will have total 4 properties, 2 on his own and 2 from animals because of this extends animal, these two words. Because of these two words, the bird will have its own these two properties as well as animals these two properties. Let's see. I entered dot from the keyboard here. Now I can see animal here and here. These two also see. So there are 4 properties, but this one comes from animal class, and this one also comes from animal class, and this one comes from bird class, and this one comes from bird class, and those the belows are by default came. So this is a single inheritance. The bird class inherits properties from animals class. So this bird class inherits properties from animals class. This is a single inheritance. Now I will create another class. That would be multi-level class. So I will say fish. So right now this class is empty. So I will write 2 properties of this class. So I have created two properties, one variable and one method. These two properties, these two things belongs to fish class. Why? Because we have written inside of this class. This is the entire class, and these two are written inside of this. Since inside of this, so these two variables belongs to fish class directly, and fish do not have any other properties. Then animal has two properties, bird has two properties, and two more properties from animal because of these two words. So bird has four properties, animal has two properties, and fish has two properties, these two. If I extends bird, if I extend birds, then fish will have these two properties as well as whatever properties bird has. So let's see what properties bird has. Bird has these two properties as well as animals properties because of these two words. So this bird class, the entire thing, has a total 4 properties, 2 on its own and 2 from animal, and these 2. So bird has total 4 properties. Fish, since fish is extending bird, so fish will have total 6, 2 of its own, these 2, this one and this one. So these 2 of its own as well as other 4 from this because of these 2 words. Since fish class extends bird, and bird has total 4 properties, 2 of its own and 2 rented from animal. So bird has total 4. So fish will have total 6, 2 of its own as well as 4 from bird. So that means if I create a class, if I create one object using fish class, I should see these 2 properties as well as these 2 properties and these 2 properties. So all 6 properties should be available for the objects that are created using fish class. Let's see. So I will not be creating object using bird class. I will be creating object using fish class. So I have to write fish here, and I also have to write fish here. So I have created a fish. I have created an object using fish class, and the fish class has total 6 properties, 2 of its own and 2 of from bird and 2 from animal. And let's see if all those 6 objects available. So I can see there are 3 variables, 1 from animal, 1 from bird, 1 from fish, and there are 3 methods, 1 from animal, 1 from bird, and 1 from fish. So this object has access to all the properties of all 3 classes. That is a multi-level inheritance. So I will right now I will use all those 3 methods. So 1 from animal, 1 from bird, 1 from fish, and I will run it. So basically inheritance means renting or accessing other classes properties. Here animal class do not access anyone else property. Bird has its own property as well as rented or accessed from animals properties. So bird has total 4 properties, and fish has its own 2 properties as well as whatever bird property has. And since bird property has total 4, 2 of its own as well as 2 from animal, so fish will have total 6. And that is the inheritance, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.